Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. If you're new, what I'm going to be doing today is trying to beat State of Decay in 10 days. The only rules is that I have to beat it in under 10 days. I have to get 2 red talon users, which at the time I didn't know a lot about, but eventually I learned about it when I was looking to the radio channels. And I also have to kill all the play cards in my area between the 10-day span. I'm just gonna be telling you and overlaying with my voice about my experiences and what happened at the time and that. And I might show a little bit of clips of me speaking between. Anyways, let's begin the challenge. You know what, yeah, I like these dudes. I'm gonna pick them. They have good stats. This doesn't count as day 1 since this is the tutorial, so I'm just gonna mainly skip through it here. Yeah, it's basically just introducing the characters, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
What is that shit, man? It's like
They're called the Blood Plague, my friend. This is basically the tutorial. It shows you how to fast search and a bunch of other items you can get, like bandages and certain other weapons. It shows you a little bit of combat too, and also how most weapons have a durability that can be broken at any time. But something interesting does eventually happen. When you're in this little area right here, you're just walking your merry way, until your little friend gets bombarded by a red-eye zombie that looks like he's straight out of the Call of the Dead. Almost forgot, there's a new zombie. It's a special type of zombie that you encounter later on in the tutorial, which is the bane of my existence. Multiple times through this playthrough, it makes me, it's torture. And it's torturous in other games. AKA, you probably know it by now, it's the Screamer. It's the frickin' Screamer. Ha! Good riddance. Anyway, since Chuckle Nuts loaded the horde, we had to climb up this blue ladder to escape. And then we had to talk to this army dude about, how, hey, the army's gone. You guys are on your own and stuff. Anyways, wanna be my friend pretty please? Since he was wearing army stuff, I was assuming he's pretty overpowered, especially with that cool little rifle on his back, so obviously I accepted. Also, I forgot to mention that he has a friend who can cure that little blood plague virus thing that my buddy has. And then I said hello to the local doctor named Santos or something. Apparently my friend is fatphobic because for some reason he doesn't want to look like that. I don't know why, but he thinks he's like, oh, mad they turn into one of those things. But I digress. Also, my dumbass forgot to record the first part of me collecting like a plague thing that is used to make the cure. It isn't the cure, but it's used to make the cure. So I give it to the person, and you know, they're like, oh, thank you. Don't worry, your friend will be a-okay. But we need a little bit more. So I also gave Santos' friend Charlie a parting gift. And then we take off into the sunset, trying to find a place where I can give my friend the cure, not knowing what's gonna happen next. But hey, that's part of the series. Welcome to State of Decay 2, 10-day edition. Anyways, this takes place a little bit after we pulled up with our car, and we're low on meds, and we need to go find some. Also, it seems like our car went through hell and back. And soon my 7 resources went back to 3 because I kept on messing up with my medicine and I lost a bunch of meds, not knowing how to put this dude in the infirmary. This looks like one of the cars that Hulk used to smash one of the villains in the movies. Turns out, there's also taunting.
Anybody hungry over there?
Nothing I gotta say, I just think it's funny, just this running time lapse. Turns out there's some red boys over here that I needed to kill to get to the equipment, so Here we go.
Hey, I found the sample we need.
Yes. Yes, gross indeed. This area wasn't so promising, just some mediocre loot. So I don't know if you noticed, during the chicken song, I managed to collect some gas, so I managed to refuel my Jeep. Anyways, the mediocre loot at least had a toolkit, so I managed to repair my destroyed Jeep. Hooray. Ah, good as new. I unloaded my stash, and got the Plague Boy's remains, and decided to make the cure for my homie.
Okay, I have the cure in
I don't know
hand.
if this audio is gonna
We'll have
go
you feeling
through
better in no time,
because
my friend.
everything has audio. I just don't know if I cut it or
Hey,
not.
no rush, amigos, but
Wait, are we gonna
if
have
that cure is ready, so am I.
Nah, I don't know if it will. But I did it. Don't worry.
You better put me out of my misery before I turn and give the shit to somebody else.
Loudly gagging. Let's
You can
do
treat
it,
this.
Jeffrey.
But you've got to fight.
Oh,
Hell,
cutscene? Sick.
I'll try anything at this point.
Yep. And there it is. It's done. My survivor does not have blood plague anymore. I'm just
That
saying,
screamer sees
hopefully
me.
the student
That
doesn't
bullshit
get
didn't
affected
kill me.
again.
We
That'll
did
be
it.
a real
We
pain in
actually
the
beat
ass.
this damn blood plague. At least for today.
For some reason, to me, that was oddly wholesome, and after that, I was on my merry way to do other quest stuff. Also deliver this food rucksack. After I got my SUV running, I decided to check on the nearby areas.
Driving is faster, safer, and it lets me bring back a lot more supplies.
Well said. Well said. Anyways, I checked the trunk of this truck and I found a brand new pistol and some gas. That was pretty cool. But then, I got a little zombie encounter, which I dealt with quickly. And I did a cool little dodge move I learned. And tackled, the son of a gun to the ground. Ooh, a shed. There was nothing there. Complete uselessness. Only to beginner me. Those parts could have been actually helpful if I remembered them. One loud noise later.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I didn't know about the fast search and the noise problem. This area had absolutely nothing. I don't know why. There was nothing helpful. Even at that time, nothing really that helpful. There was no guns, no tools, only like some parts and some like crafting chemistry stuff. But then, then I opened that door and I swear to God, I hit a gold mine. Just look. Spoiler alert, I do end up getting a crossbow later on. And at the time, I remember, I was like, okay, if I ever find a crossbow, remember to come back and get these arrows. And I kid you not, I'm not gonna spoil if I made it to 10 days or not. But I'm gonna say this. For the whole rest of the playthrough, I never came back for those arrows. I kid you not. Quick reminder, there's going to be a lot of that chicken song, so beware of that, because there's a lot of fast bits in this playthrough. Also, this next footage is just gonna be sped up footage of me clearing out an infestation and me driving to that infestation. I don't know why, my first ever infestation cleared, so might as well record it, right? Anyway, that's gonna be the longest segment in the video with uncut footage. Anyways, so I cut a little bit of it, and what I basically did is just I found some gasoline rucksack, and that's pretty much all I found. Anyways, here's the next interesting thing that happened. I also stored my items in my supply locker, which wasn't that eventful. Anyways. Plague territory. Yup, you heard me right. There's a plague territory right next to the gas station. Luckily, there was no plague hearts there. To my knowledge, I didn't know if there was one, so I was pretty cautious. That's not a word. I was pretty cautious. But sadly, I had to bust down the door, which attracted some of its icky residents, you could say. But hey, I need to know that there wasn't a lot of good loot here. Oopsie doopsie. Hey, a rucksack. Well, after I made my grand escape, I almost crashed into the military checkpoint. It looked a little cool, so I decided to check it out. Well, I had to kill a quick resident of this area before I could safely explore it. It looked interesting, and apparently could contain ammo or something like that. So I was intrigued, and I decided to look around a little bit. This ended up being a really nice collection to my many weapons I have in the future. Also a cool army cap, a desert camo. Ooh, there's that crossbow I was talking to you about. And that's rucksack number 2. Oh yeah, another crossbow. I guess that's interesting. Hat. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, this was hilarious at the time. I didn't know how to select a secondary and a primary weapon. I spent at least a good 4 minutes working on this. Eventually I googled it, and you just have to aim. Wait, what? You just have to aim? Bro, I feel so stupid right now. Okay, look. I'm a complete idiot. I don't know if this is my first assault weapon or not. Because I don't know if the weapon in my inventory with the little blue star is also an assault weapon. I didn't care to check, and I'm not going to check, so yeah. All you need to know is that there was some bolts for my crossbow I couldn't pick up.
No way I can
and there was
fit
also like a silencer I wanted to pick up, I couldn't. Anyways, instead of doing a chicken dance, I'll spirit to you one time. This is the only chance, okay? Rest in peace with the other times. Anyways, after all that kerfuffle, whatever you want to call it, I deposited both of my rucksacks. Now I just gotta store some of my items. You know, I've done this a lot. And I decided to read the medicine textbook because I didn't know that it looked interesting. And now I have a whole new thing I can learn, which was pretty sick. I also learned that you can't learn 2 books, sadly. I guess between cuts, I called a supply drop. I don't remember exactly which one. You're about to find out in a second. But I decided to, instead of driving, oh never mind. I guess I drove like a idiot. As God, I'm an idiot. There's a bunch of cars attract sound, which I never really realized. I remember. Oh God, I'm such an idiot. Look at all those zombies. I'm a menace. A menace to society. So I quickly hurried and picked up my goofy weapons. I left one there, which will come back later. But eventually I didn't have enough inventory space, and I didn't need 6 of the same basic weapons. So I was on my merry way, driving away. But one of them, I hate those guys, hopped in my beautiful trunk. Meanies. Anyways, I went back to base to, cash in my supplies. After putting my stuff away, I decided just to, do the other supply drop. And since I'm so impatient, I decided to do the other one as well. Anyways, I was still driving my car, and as you can see, right in the side of the corner, there's a screamer. I did not see that screamer until it was too late. I saw him right there, and I missed my fucking shot. And I got attacked by a zombie. I was running out of ammo. I didn't know how to reload the ammo. And then I just got bombarded. I got tag teamed by a bunch of goofy little red-eyed zombies. Eventually, I put the little bugger out of his misery. But yeah, that's what I get for bringing a car, a loud noisemaker, into the apocalypse. That's what I get. I fully deserve that. And man, I still regret that decision to this day. Anyways, I got some cool weapons, so it was a win to me. I got an AA-12 and a bunch of other weapons I don't remember because I don't think I even used them that much during this playthrough. The AA-12 was really helpful though later on. Big thing here, this was the ultimate supply pack or whatever. But I just want to quickly say this right here and right now. That screamer in the corner, I didn't get this on footage. I guess I didn't record it, but I was going to kill the screamer again, and guess what? I was trying to ram it into with my car. Turns out they're really hard to ram because I missed my only shot and it screamed its little head off again, alerting more zombies. Sadly, I didn't get that on footage, and it was too long enough, so I couldn't record what happened. Just paint that mental image in your head. Oh yeah, remember that little fight I just had? Since I couldn't reload my ammo, I had to resort to fighting and stuff like that. And that kind of made my energy bar deplete extremely fast because melee weapons use a lot of AP. Especially when you're fighting and like grabbing and stuff like that. So I had a major case of the fatigue. And eventually I had to do something I'm gonna have to do a lot more in this series. More than I'd want to admit. Rest my character. I hate to say it. You thought. I literally am the most likely man to postpone something. So I decided to get some fuel and stuff. Ended up getting it. Leveled up my wits. That was pretty cool. Too bad I'm not going to be using this character for so long. No, I'm not making the same joke again. This is the only reason I didn't cut this part of the video out is because I got a rucksack full of fuel. But at the same time, I probably could have, again, cut out. You know what? I decided to go on a strike. I'm gonna stop killing zombies right now. Okay, starting now. Anyways, I went back to that gun store place. I don't even know if it's a gun store. It might be a hunting store. I don't know. I didn't read it. It's an Army and Navy's. Okay. Anyways, I went to go back to get that AR I left behind. And turns out I took the AR a while ago. I just forgot about that, and I never cared to look. Even though multiple times, just before this, I went in my little supply locker, and it was right there, and I didn't see it. So this is basically useless, except for a single rucksack I found.
We can breathe. No more.
And a crossbow and a hat. That's pretty much it. Also, I remember seeing a little something down the road, so I decided to go there. And also, this is another excuse for me to not cut the footage to put this chicken song again. Anyways, let's go. Yeah, I almost forgot. I didn't capture this, but I also, wait, I pause it here. I also switched to a new character, the army dude at the beginning of the story. You probably met him with Santos. And also, it's a cool rifle, so I get to use it. Alright. Anyways, time lapse. Now. Anyways, the Jeep had some grub in it, and that was pretty much it. Just kind of had some rucksacks. Or did I add that in there? I don't even remember. The shed had nothing in it, so it's not even worth covering. Well, anyways, the shed sucked, so I decided to head up this big radio tower thing. I sped up the footage because I didn't feel enough enough. I was just lazy, okay? So I decided to speed up the footage instead of cutting it. And I ended up hearing something called a survey mode, air quote. So I just decided just to look everywhere, and I found a bunch of cool locations, which I'll check eventually. Anyways, this part will go down in history books. I officially encountered the worst thing in this game. The screamers can be taken out easily, but these monstrosities, when you hear it sound, man, it's hard to be scared in this moment when I have horrible driving skills. Anyways, I see this really cool van, but then I get this freaking exorcist-looking motherfucker chasing after me. But luckily I managed to run over it. But trust me, it's way more complicated to kill in other footage I have. It's much more hard to kill. I ended up encountering this van after that exorcist problem, and I had a lot of slots, so I decided, man, I'm coming back for that later. And since I couldn't bring that back to come over and get the vehicle, then it'd be in a never-ending cycle. So I decided just to take this vehicle back, and then go over and sprint my way to the van and drive back, because that would be a worthy purchase of my sanity, my experience, my speed, stamina, and basically everything else. It's worth it. Trust me, in the long run, it would be worth it. Before I did that, I decided to check out my community, and yes, my boy was still fatigued, but I forgot to upgrade his wits thing, so I decided to pick the one in yellow because it seemed like it'd be much better and a much easier decision. I felt like it was going to be better for my character anyways, for my leader. Anyways, I looked at the other characters, see what they had. Nothing else was, upgraded yet. Man, Jeffrey looks so smug. Anyways, I think it's time to make everybody look a little bit more pretty. You know what that means? Makeup set. Mwah! Beautiful. Still fatigued, but she got a dripped out cowboy hat. I think everyone looked pretty nice. I gave myself a much needed little army hat. Jeffrey looked so smug, so I decided to give him a little Kraken hoodie to lower his enthusiasm. I gave her whatever the hell that is, and I gave my boy a cool cowboy hat because it looks super nice. And also, I like the little jacket I gave him.
See you soon.
Anyways, new mission, had to connect with some survivors. I guess that van's gonna have to wait, huh? Psych! After I was driving around like a literal maniac, I ended up finding a cool little place. Aka the medicine store. After looking around, I basically found nothing except loud noises and zombies, so yeah, that's pretty much all that happened. One zombie kill later. Also, I got a couple rucksacks for medicine, which I really need, and I got a food one too. So, hooray! Also, after I was done looting that area, I ended up finding this big gate, and turns out it was the exit to the map. I was gonna be needing this later to escape that nuke. I'm impressed. I'm surprised I found this early on. Luckily, more interesting stuff happened afterwards. Anyways, this is like a whole nother area, and you might be confused because I have a cowboy hat on and stuff like that. And no, I'm not a new character. I'm back on my main character from a while ago. He's back from his petite self, so I can do what I'm doing right now. Dark Soul, rolls.
Really what I was hoping
So
for.
yeah, I have a lot of stamina now. I think I've upgraded my cardio max, and I'm currently trying to get a rucksack of food for my little group. Right now, I'm trying to find one because I didn't want to take one for my own, even though I had max food.
Locked.
I just didn't want to take any rucksacks. Nothing really interesting happened here. There was no ferals on my way here. There was nothing really that interesting. It's just a little bit earlier in the morning. That's pretty much it. Nice. That's some nice loot right there. I literally got an Uzi. That's amazing. Ever since I decided to make this van my scavenging van, I decided to look through a bunch of random stores that had medicine attached to them, like pharmacy, a bunch of other stuff. And instead of making this an outpost, which I should have, look, you're gonna know this earlier, you're gonna see this later. But I was saving my prestige for the red talent users. You'll see the problem with that later, and I'll tell you that later, so it's more dramatic. Anyways, before I cut this part out, I just want you to tell you that the crossbow sucks on close combat. I was trying to reload it, but there's too many zombies to a close distance. And again, I was trying to use my crossbow instead of fighting because I didn't want to get fatigued, which almost happened. I was trying, as you can see, I'm trying to reload it, and I can't, which kind of just made me extremely mad and yell at my screen. Well, I got 2 rucksacks, thankfully. Man, I can't believe I have a bunch of medicine now, and I can't believe just not too long ago, I had 0 medicine from my stupid... Ay. Let's continue. Oh yeah, the bounty broker. This guy will play a key part in the video eventually, but oh my god, was he far away. At the time, I was at the main base, so it was pretty hard to get to him. 1 mile of suffrage and almost 1 death later, I managed to encounter the bounty broker. Interesting name. And apparently he can sell you really cool weapons and outfits. Outfits I didn't really care too much about. I already got sick drip. But he did have something I did want. Oh god, hiccup. The FBI fighting rifle was one of the most powerful weapons and max power. And you know your sweet ass I was gonna get that rifle. Anyways, I drive to a convenience store. I fell out of a car and I went to get only headshots on all these zombies because sadly only plague zombies because they were the only ones in my area. And apparently that lowered a lot of noise, but I still got these epic shots. And ends up that in the last second I turned around and the screamer was about to yell. But man, I managed to shoot him in the head, which was pretty badass in my opinion. I had to record it. Anyways, I ended up finding a really cool puffy vest, the hunter style, and finally a food rucksack to give to those people to help me. Which, luckily, I didn't have to take out of my own supply. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm extremely fatigued. Like, this character hasn't got to enough, probably because I have an extremely heavy load. And I'm running out of ammo with my weapon. And I don't have enough to get all the headshots I need. But I do stop occasionally for every other zombie to kill them. Well, I got max shooting. Nothing else to say there. Over here, I personally think it's the closest call to death that I've come. I was fighting plague zombies and I got bitten almost multiple times. And I got extremely infected with the virus. But luckily I dodged a couple of times and I managed to take him out. But man, that fatigue was so high I couldn't run away. I was extremely worried about that, but I made it through. This takes place a little bit later. I'm trying to find my way home. See that blue truck? Remember that blue truck. Anyways, I have 25 kills so far. I'm getting closer. And instead of stopping to kill the zombies, I decided to do this epic jump, destroying the front. I managed to leave. One of these zombies grabbed onto my door, but luckily I didn't break it. They broke off my window, but it's fine. I still have my door, so I was happy. After using, let's just say, questionable methods to get back onto the road, I managed to get my way back home. And right when I was in the clear, I heard it. The freaking farewell was back. It respawned. It grabbed onto my literal door. I was trying to get it off. I missed the post by a literal millimeter. It ripped off my freaking door. I wanted to go back and get vengeance and kill it. But I couldn't. I had to go home. It was too dangerous to go back. Anyways, I thought I was finally home free. I lost the door. And I was gonna head over to the people's house, but my fuel was lower than my will to live, so I backed up. And then somehow, I don't know how, but I guess a zombie managed to hop on my door and almost ripped me out of my own vehicle, but I crashed into it before I could die. Apparently having a good day in the apocalypse doesn't exist because I ran out of fuel right when I got to my base. I got almost flung out of my car, almost killed, almost got the plague, and my gas. Man, this sucks completely. Since I'm on death's doorstep, and also I'm extremely fatigued beyond belief, I switched with my best friend Jeff. Yeah, Jeff. I didn't really like this dude that much, but I saved his life anyways. But he had max, cardio, not max cardio, but he had no fatigue, max health, so it was fine. I just picked up the rucksack I dropped, and I was on my way to the place.
That's a lot of racket.
If we can't find more food soon, thanks. You really came through for us.
Well, after this, you have the option to recruit them to your community. I was like, But Dennis, I don't know. I didn't want to do. They were enclaves, so basically they were, they don't care if they wouldn't care enough. If you betrayed them, they'd kill you without a second thought. But I could also trade with them. Couldn't really do anything else, except for contact other survivors, so these dudes are just here, I guess. I don't know, they had nothing really helpful, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this is probably going to be the most interesting part of this video. I ended up encountering some people about, I spent a bunch of influence points trying to recruit them, and ended up they're not even recruitable. There's enclaves, which was kind of useless, and I kind of was annoyed about it. You could personally recruit them to your little family, but I decided.
Don't let the Zeds get you.
Hey,
But at the same time, I was like,
Okay, let's do this.
Sure.
so I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Anyways, I made an ammo outpost. Anyways, I walked in the house and totally forgot to craft explosives. Forgot that was even an option. So I was looking around for the supposed black heart that was supposed to be in this area. Couldn't find a single one. I was locking, I was crouching, nervous I was gonna be zombies, but then I found it. It's this big, fleshy, a bunch of bones and rib cages. It was horrifying. But before I could think more, I started overloading on it. For some reason, I grabbed. I think I was like trying to reload. And luckily, I managed to destroy the plague heart before any zombies came. But man, it was super satisfying when it blew up. But when I was gonna collect its little contents, I almost died from the hazy mist that came from it. So yeah, I almost died right after I killed the plague heart. Those zombies came and finished me off, luckily. So I just took this time to heal, and boom, alive. And boom, a rucksack, a pistol, some plague samples that I can make a cure with, and a bunch of other cool stuff. I almost ran them over, but it was whatever. I was going to go and talk to the main person of this group, and it gave me an option to accept them as followers, the only option. And so Dennis and Welch is now my little group. Hopefully I can recruit them to my team, and let's find out.
It's way too loud. Yo, I brought the
I
neighbors
dropped
over to
off
say
an
hi.
ammo rucksack, and
Seems like we
now
got
I just have
bigger
to
problems
convince the
than we
group
thought.
to let these dudes stay. Or someone in a Kraken hoodie. That's some pretty sweet words. Well, anyways, now I have to choose a leader. Oh God, I wanted my main dude, with the cowboy hat, to be the leader, but since he's fatigued and I'm currently this character, I kind of had no choice. Anyways, God, there needs to be an anyways counter in this video. I just have to talk to everybody about who's gonna be the leader and how I should be the leader, not you. But I did not really care that much, so I just decided to specialize my main dude's skill and also my other dude's skill. Why not? I got nothing better to do. Anyways, I want to go to the other person because this is gonna last forever if I don't. But that was lazy enough, so I just skipped it all, so I didn't care. Anyways, nothing really else happened after that. Establish a home.
Our little camp is
I haven't seen a single place that would make a worthy home. I still can't believe I never realized this, but you need prestige to get the soldiers and not influence. I'll learn that later on. Anyways, I finally got my first encounter with the Pharaoh, like the encounter full right in front of me action. I got a little bit too more than I bargained for. I sprinted inside because I had no idea what the heck was gonna happen. I would show the audio, but I think I get demonetized from what the stuff I was saying. Anyways, he just knocked down the door, and luckily I managed to finish him off with my AA-12. But not after he got a good couple shots on me. But eventually, I was stumbling out, just healing. But not luckily. Sadly, someone cut me off. But again, boom, and I killed the regular zombie easily. That was one of the most dangerous zombie encounters I have, because screamers can't hit me like that. They're hit hard. I'm impressed. As you see from the bottom left and the top right corner, I've been getting a lot of kills with plague zombies, or zombies in general. I didn't catch this on footage because apparently I can't catch the best moments on video. I got extremely close to getting infected. I got attacked by a bunch of plague zombies, more than bargained for, and I'm surprised I didn't get infected for the third time yet. Oh yeah, for like the bajillionth time, I almost got my booty annihilated by 2 zombies. Yeah, I killed the rest of the horde easily, but somehow these 2 zombies are somehow so hard to deal with. Yikes. Standing. Interesting. I don't know. Standing. Okay, liters and stuff. Epic. Oh yeah, I decked out my avatars. Dennis has now has a cowboy outfit, and Welch has a shark outfit to match with the other guy. And I hate to admit it, but I had to make Jeffrey the leader. You know, I wanted Jeff. He was the only guy who qualified. The other guy was fatigued, and I didn't have the patience or the days enough to do it. So, I had to do what I could, and I assigned him the leader. But hey, at least him being a warlord sounds pretty cool, huh? Well, I guess this is our life now. I guess it's time to clear out the local infestation.
Gonna happen.
Finally, I decided to claim the home. It would take over 1,000 influence, but to be honest, it was pretty worth it. Anyways, let's go. Aw, cute. They gave us a housewarming gift. It's the thought that counts, I guess. After I dealt with the housewarming gift, I ended up stumbling upon the truck not too far away. I think this was the real housewarming present, but it could be just me. Okay, it's time to finally use a feature I've been neglecting the whole playthrough. Multiplayer. So the first thing I did was whip out the group tab and put, "I need help, please free guns." I got a bunch of 35-7 rounds, a bunch of shotgun shells, and a couple other ammo. I also got a really cool shotgun and rifle. Anyways, he was a pretty chill dude. He didn't steal anything that I know of. Well, he did steal one thing, but he gave it back and he gave me more stuff with it too. And also, he didn't have a mic at the beginning. So he had to kind of talk with using the in-game voice chats. But still, it was still pretty cool. Eventually, he did get a microphone, and we managed to kill a couple play cards together. Anyways, me and him compromised, and he was okay with me going back to my main base to get my Jeep. Because, as you can see, I only had one vehicle there, and it was my van and my original car from the beginning of the series. So we just headed back and got an epic car so me and him could drive back together. The power of multiplayer, am I right? So after we pulled up, he took his car and I took my car. Well, both of them my cars, but I mean, you know. He took one and I took one, and we ended up driving back together, and nothing really went wrong. Right before we left though, he reminded me to pick up the Apocalypse Sword, which I totally forgot there since day one. Anyways, before we left, we got some gas, and we talked about outposts and how many I have. I didn't want to get it because I said, hey, I need prestige to get, not prestige, I needed influence to get them the day guys, the whatever, I forgot what they're called, the red talon dudes. And it's like, you need prestige. We're like, what the hell's prestige? And prestige is from playing Daybreak. So all this time I was fooled and I never knew it. And I finally learned it at this moment, which was really, really sad to learn. I got a quick food outpost, and after that, then finally we were on our way. There's nothing really important about this clip. I'm surprised I just made that shot. I took a shortcut to win that imaginary race that I was having in my head with such a graceful landing. Thankfully, and I mean thankfully, we made it back alive with both cars intact. Also, I don't think I have footage of this, but my van got lost. I told him that I got lost because of a juggernaut, but I was just covering up the fact I was an idiot and it ran out of fuel. No, I just can't believe this dude is so nice. Like, he gave me some of his equipment that I much needed, and he ended up helping me defeat a bunch of play cards, stuck around, helped me get my cars. Like, this dude is a real trooper in this series. I respect him. Quickly did a switcheroony. And finally got my final kill. And finally, I can report back to the bounty broker. So that'll be a major part of this journey later on. After some interesting events, I managed to come across our second heart. I killed the first one already on my own, but this time, I have power, friendship on my side. And for some reason, there was a group of survivors literally right next to the play cart. And also, I don't think I mentioned this once, but I switched to Dennis a while ago. I forgot when. I just never mentioned it, but now I'm switched back to Jeff. Anyways, I just open loaded on my AA-12 on the play cart. And managed to keep a safe enough distance to not get exploded by the poisonous gas. And my buddy over here was protecting me from the infected that was on its way. Anyways, I took the rucksack for myself because I need that. And I was going to let him have the rest, but he's like, oh, no, you're good. You can take the pistol. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, man. This is a gift that keeps on giving. I recruited someone named Jack. I don't even know if the Juggernauts got him, or he just teleported there and I never noticed, because I don't even know if he's in the group or not. Apparently he said, the dude I was with said that everyone had flashbangs to trade, and before I could do anything, they all just left. They all just sprinted away before I could trade with them. Sad. I'm on my way to destroy the third play part, and it's just right on the corner. Also, I don't know why I go so sad, but I'm just destroying that SWAT of zombie yellow helmet. And that is how you do it. It was my time for my grand escape. I ended up getting stuck with me and the dude stuck there. I didn't know what to do. I was trying to back up, but it was just too much. And zombies were literally like coming, and I was like, oh god, the zombies are coming. We have to hurry. And I told him, hey, just flick the doors a bunch, try to get them off. He was like screaming, oh my god, we have to go. And luckily I managed to teleport away. And yeah. And it turns out one of the zombies ripped the dude out, sadly. But it didn't do too much damage to him, I don't think. I ran over a fat guy. Good, that sounds wrong. And again, we made our grand escape. Once again. Anyways, now we're at Bounty Boys area. I decided to claim my beautiful weapon with max power damage. I was completely excited. I was ready to go freaking mayhem. I was gonna go totally doom mode on all those play cards. Turns out, it uses 762 ammo. AKA the only ammo I don't have. I have every other version, every single ammo, except for that type of ammo. So believe it or not, my most powerful weapon, I don't even get the ammo for. Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, I needed to satisfy the itch to kill another plague heart, so I opened the door looking for it and didn't think about looking upstairs as the dude went up. I was organizing my inventory, and then the little side corner of my screen, your attack awakened a plague heart. So I was like, wait, what? And I decided to break back in quick. I was like, huh? What's happening? Before I could do anything, he already destroyed the plague heart, which good for him. I didn't have any ammo to kill it anyways. So I was happy he took it to his own, responsibility too. He told me not to go near the gas because I was about to go to, but luckily I didn't. There's another Uzi, but I ended up taking that too. So, pretty eventful, and that was pretty much it for that. Anyways, I was driving away and eventually found this really pretty blue car, which I decided to take with me. And yeah, so he drove one car and I drove the other. As we were driving, I ended up accidentally doing a glitch when he was stopping. I was still going full throttle, and this happened. It's a glitch where it like flings you. I've done a couple other times too. Me and him are laughing our asses off. Personally, that one was my favorite. He flung across the area. Me and him were laughing so hard. He somehow flung all the way to the supermarket area. I was freaking impressed. After one wild goose chase, I could finally relax. We finally just went home, which I was completely glad about. And I dropped off the rest of my rucksacks. Anyways, I was looking around the nearby area because you remember, I kind of lost my van. Anyways, he was also looking in the house searching for loot. It wasn't really a lot of loot, except for a shirt. That was pretty much it. Psych, we actually ended up getting 3 rucksacks, and a couple of it was medicine. Well, still looking for my van. Hey, at least I got something good in the end, even if I didn't find it. At this point, me and my dude was driving around, and he hopped out immediately, and he told me to hop out. I was like, what the heck? Why? And it turns out the bloater's gas went inside the car, and it followed me too, which almost killed me. I didn't record it, but I got my car back. Cockle freaking do, it's a brand new day. IRL this time. And I decided to play Daybreak so I could get some more Red Talon soldiers. It was a little bit hard. I played a lot of rounds dying, and I decided, just because it's not even close to 10 days, I decided once it hit Daybreak, once I had beaten the map, it would count every day. And as you can see, it's pretty tough. I multiple rounds, a lot. Until I ended up encountering a mod. There's a lot of modding in this video. Also, I also encountered my first juggernaut. Extremely scary. It ate up all my shots. Imagine this, but only attacking me. I couldn't imagine that. It was horrifying. It's called a lasers. Modded the Daybreak server, so literally when I joined his lobby, once he joined, immediate daylight, and it beat the game. Look, I actually managed to record it right here. It just said mission complete, and as you can see, look, 0 waves, 0 deaths, 0 team deaths, 0. I literally found a modder and ended up tracking down his group. His group was seemingly nice, except they said they would mod anything I want. I wanted infinite outfits. I wanted all the outfits. So I told him that. But as I told him, he sounded more suspicious. And he said, okay, all you have to do, since I'm a modder and I need money and shit, he said, hey, look, if you just go to Temu and put in my referral code he put in the top corner, he said, I will mod all your stuff that you want, anything. The other guy was struggling, but eventually I managed to figure it out. And guess what? He kicked me from the party. I got scammed out of my own free money. He got money. He said he apparently made 3K. I doubt he's wrong, because you could probably get a lot of money from doing those scams. And eventually, I thought, man, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. And then this happened. Last thing, those little things in the background, yes, that is an airplane and that is an RV. Both of them are blue and all of them are mods. Instead of deleting my dialogue that I said earlier, I'm just gonna tell you that I made a mistake. Those people I made a community post about, and they had, and I was like, they were saying, hey, promise stuff, and I ended up doing it. Anyways, this guy, the same exact guy, air quote, decided to be nice and give me some stuff, as long as I eventually accept his freaking Temu thing. I thought, whatever. This guy seems nice, because this time he actually gave me weapons. And apparently this dude who goes by the name, I'm not afraid to say it, them mods, TH3MMODZ, them mods, and he hacked, air quote, this dude's account. And from the start, I was sketchy about this dude. I was like, he has this and he has that, and this wouldn't be the weirdest thing to happen. Anyway, he promised me this, and after I fixed the stupid freaking Temu thing, I was all happy. And he was gonna give an outfit for me, and guess what? He kicked me from the party not too long later. Also, if you're wondering why he's always like that, the guy who, air quote, originally had the account was at -1 HP, so basically I was immortal. So, yeah, this dude was annoying. I didn't like him. He was cool at the beginning, but he even said, I never scam. I hacked this account because my friend got tricked by this dude, which I already knew was a scam, but I played along with it because I still thought, hey, whatever. This guy still gave me stuff, so I'm gonna go through it. So I wasn't as mad, even though he didn't scam me. He'd scam me at a large margin, and at the same time, technically, he probably could have modded all of the weapons he lost back, so it was whatever. But yeah, that's enough about that guy. I got one more weird occurrence that includes modders. Anyways, that was mad, but I kind of forgot about it later. It's in the back of my head. But anyways, now this dude, as you saw his name right there, he said that it can have free guns, and to be honest, I was like, oh, well, sure, I have a bunch of weapons. But then I thought, conveniently, how did this happen like 10 to 20 minutes later, right after the events that happened previously? And I remember I told that guy, after I get these modded weapons, I'm going to give this to the community, just like what you did to me. Which made me think that this dude was trying to get me to give all my guns away back to him, so he got his weapons back. This could be a completely new dude, but from what he was saying, by the way, he didn't have a mic. Also, he covered up his face and basically half of his body. Conveniently, his hands are the same skin tone as his other avatar, because he didn't want to switch avatars, because that would be too much. But yeah, a little bit annoying. And at the same time, I was like, no, whatever. He gave me stuff, and that's it. I want him gone, he's gone. But before I could kick him, he saw some zombies in the horde. And this happened.
Better keep him down.
How did you do that? What the fuck? Okay, that was crazy. Anyways, this was actually extremely cool. I swear to God, this is gonna be the final part of the scam saga. But I don't know how, but I finally encountered someone that was during the first scam. And he invited me to a party, and we talked about how, this dude's so annoying, we hate him and such, and told him the 2 other encounters I had later. Well, that was pretty cool. We talked for a little bit. I didn't kill any play cards with them. We just chilled and talked. He talked about how he managed to dupe, and I got a dupe weapon from him, one of his favorite weapons, apparently. Anyways, finally, here's my finally cool thing that happened after all that shenanigans. I managed to order a contractor from all the day breaking I've been doing. And I decided to do the contractor because, I don't know, the contractor just sounded cool. Like the contractor. The soldier would be more efficient, but I decided to get this person. It's okay, I guess. Right before I got to the Red Talon person, I just want to quickly tell you that I did get an ultimate supply drop for a car, and I've also gotten an infirmary and cleared out the Clio drop, and also cleared out some other stuff. Nuke is gonna go off someday. Hope it's not today, but it's going to happen someday. And I can't be in this area because the nuke will obliterate this part of town. So I needed to kill the rest of the hearts quickly and fast. The nights might be long, but they don't last forever. Well, after that happened, I made a fuel outpost for some reason. I don't know why. Over here, there was a heart. I didn't know what would be louder, busting down the door or breaking a window. And before I could really think, the zombies were already coming. So I just had to quickly fend them off, which took a little while. I showed the zombies being killed, but it was just mostly me assassinating them and doing Dark Soul rolls. So nothing really that special. But anyways, I used the weapon that my friend duped, and look how fast he killed his heart. Immediate, couple shots. And I got a food rucksack, which was pretty cool. And I got a lot of influence. Sweet. Now I'm being a little sneaky boy because the plague heart is in this exact area, and I didn't know if there was zombies here or not. Turns out, I don't think there was. But then, I saw it. There it was. I have to be more cautious because, I'm not with somebody. But since my weapons are extremely overpowered, I just killed it pretty easily. And I took its loot afterwards, and I was on to the next one. I was in a new area, It was like a restaurant, I believe. Actually, I wasn't completely sure what it was. Oh, it was the Army and Navy area. Never mind. Anyways, they had some bricks, and I needed that to build stuff. So I was like, okay. I'll take a couple trips. I think it'll be worth it. And also, since Bowie knives are bigger than probably that knife, I decided to take it. And also, it seemed cooler. Another one bites the dust. Another one goes, another one goes, another one bites the dust. Yeah! After the song, I decided to go here because during the chicken song, I got an survivor me quest. I don't usually do these because, you know, I need to escape here before the nuke comes. But then I was like, you know, why not? I should have said no. I know that I'd be mean, but in the long run, you're gonna see. Anyways, I didn't want to look everywhere for painkillers. Since everything here was searchable, I searched the first store I found, a singular painkiller. Perfect. So I came to give this person some painkillers, and whoop-de-doo, mission done. But before I left, a zombie came in, tried biting her. As a joke, and also I didn't want to waste any of my bullets, I decided to run away. And in the first second, I was like, I'll come back eventually to help her. And then this happened. So as I pulled up, I was really sad. And the reason I came back was possibly for their dead body to see if I could get any painkillers back. So I opened the door and nothing was there. I couldn't find anything. So I walked in the kitchen. But then a zombie pulled up. So I quickly killed it. And that was the zombie that originally was attacking her. But then I saw that it was the freaking person. I never knew that until now. That if you get infected, if you get bitten, you'll turn into one of those things. Which made my goal to make none of my group, not let any of my group turn into those things. I was horrified because I was like, oh my god, I let them die. I could have helped them. I don't know why I was so sad, but I don't know. It's just because I could have prevented it and all that. Anyways, back to me just screwing around with screamers. As a joke, I decided just to teabag him, and right before I got up, I shot him again so he'd go back on the ground. I just hate them so much, and much you deserve. Also, the horde that it originally was from decided to try to get me. And originally, for some reason, this gun literally made no audio, for example.
I need a rest.
Yeah, these were broken as hell. And really janky for that fact. And sadly, even though it makes no noise audio-wise, it makes tons of noise in the game. And a lot of the time I've been using it, I thought it did no sound. That's why I was super OP. But nope, it did extremely loud sound. But, yeah, that sucked. After that, I decided to, put some rucksacks in the little compartment. Even though I was, overrunning with food, soon that wouldn't be the case. So I upgraded my command center to level 2 so I can contact the other worlds. Move to the other worlds so I'm not in the blast radius at the beginning. And since it took around 2 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, I decided to take some donuts and impale it, which I really enjoyed. I don't know why, it was fun doing a bunch of donuts in a muscle car in this game. Especially with the, it's called drift physics. Well, that was kind of boring. It was fun while it lasted. Anyways, I found this independence package. And it wasn't there before, it was there after I defeated all the play cards. So I thought, hey, maybe that would be cool. So I decided to check it out, and it was 4th of July. Yeah, I just got some weapons that I literally never use, but it looks cool, I guess. Instead of walking there, I just decided to use this vehicle because I'm never going to use it again because it's going to get blown up in the explosion, air quote. So I decided to pick up this amazing thing called the meat van. It's interesting to say the least. It was time. I defeated all the play cards in the territory. I made a good base, but I didn't make the armor yet because I was moving, which shortly after. My hood started to smoke, and I knew that my car that I really liked, which reason why I'm driving it, because I didn't, since I would never be able to use it again, because there's no parking spots left for my beautiful vehicle, so I have to give it up the old way. I have to send it off with a nice note. This will be the last you'll be ever seeing this place, because it's gonna get nuked and stuff. And hopefully I'll be able to do another series. Also, I just want to thank you all for watching this far. And while you're at it, like and subscribe. I'll need it. Thanks. Anyways, here we go. Anyways, I did green because it'll be much easier to deal with stuff, especially since I have a limited time left in this series. Speaking of which, if this video gets 10 likes, I know this is asking for a lot. I bet half people haven't even made it this far in the video yet, but if 10 people like this video, I'll make a part 2 for 20 days, and I'll set the mode on lethal, so it'll be 10 times hard. But I'm probably going to be giving away most of my modded guns. By the way, if you check out community posts, you'll probably see that I'm giving it away. Screw the scammer. I picked out this map because it looked interesting, and I didn't know which one to choose. I didn't have a lot of influence, so I didn't know exactly where to put, but I just settled in a smaller area. Anyways, just another case of me being dumb and forgetting to record, but basically I settled in a small area and I instantly got on a mission to do this. So I did the mission. There was also a bag over here that I didn't have enough inventory space for, and I bought the armored car. And I'm playing as Welch, I believe. I forgot who I'm playing as. Allison is a random person I ended up finding who I, did put in the community. Oh yeah, I can't believe I can't not mention the haha funny moment when this character got soft locked in an area where I can't move them. So guess what? I had to reload the game and do this mission again. Fun. Here's Welch. Welch is the character from a while ago. She's definitely another part of the community. She was here around the first play car I killed. She was the one that I gave the food rucksack to a while ago. I gave her a classic shark hoodie. And since I didn't want to, ruin Jack's appearance because he was perfect, I made Allison into the green thing. Well, since we're in town, I decided just to basically one-shot that, and I got a free rucksack, so, yeah. Man, I remember back I used to be so excited when I killed one, but now since I just got mods, that's the reason why if I do 20 days, I'm only gonna have like a few modded weapons, so I can do lethal a little bit easier. But like really, I'm not gonna have the stacks and stacks I have, because hopefully it'll be given to the community. Well, since I'm a doofus, I somehow got myself stuck, so hooray, I guess. The plague virus I already knew, just killed it immediately, nothing really surprising about that. Ooh, an AK-47. Classic weapon. After I managed to escape, the stupid screamer, before I could run it over, shattered all my glass, which I didn't know it could even do. Like, I've gotten screamer encounters, but nothing as bad as that. Anyways. There's another play card in this area which I needed to take out. Here. I mean it. Right here. It's the closest I've came to death by far. And I'm just gonna say it right now, nothing came close to this right here. So as you see, I wasn't paying attention, but my fan somehow just lost all of its fuel. I didn't realize how much fuel it got lost. And it was a bunch of zombies around, so I don't. My character was almost fully fatigued. I literally have the blood plague, and if that wasn't enough, I was fighting this SWAT zombie, and then the unbelievable happened. Literally one of my oldest characters died right there. I was filled with anger. I was like, oh, shoot. I was so mad because I really didn't want any of my guys to die until the lethal thing, because I know at least one dude would die. And then I saw the rotting corpse of my friend, my ally. I didn't kill her immediately because I kind of wanted to get a good look at her and see, like, what happened? What happened to this character? And eventually I had to put down my character. They were still on the floor, but I just curve stomped them. But eventually I took another shot and killed them, which I felt extremely sad at the time. But at the same time, eventually I got over it. But I was just extremely just pissed that a character that was just right next to me got overrun while I was also getting overrun, so I couldn't do anything really about it. So yeah, I mostly just took my anger out on the zombies.
I'll take care of this, buddy. I promise.
It was even more sad that they even had dialogue. I had to think of something big brain, something that could keep me alive. I didn't know what to do. I was just walking and walking. I checked a bunch of houses in the nearby area, and I couldn't find anything. I only had an hour left of life until the blood plague settled in. I fiended for an answer. I need to come up with something. I need to come up with something big, something that can help me. I didn't want her death to be involved. But eventually, I ended up getting lucky, and I thought of something. Maybe I could switch my characters and just walk back to base, which I was already doing. But since you can't switch characters mid-journey, you have to find an outpost. So that's why I was also checking the houses to see if I can, do an outpost of some sorts. Luckily, I found an outpost, and conveniently, I had a lot of influence, so I bought that quick and switched my avatar as quick as I can, because I would walk slower with that one, especially since I'm fatigued for like the max amount. So I went to Jack, who had a pretty good cardio, I remember. Didn't have any weapons, but I eventually went back for those. I was running and running as fast as I can. I was just trying to dodge everything. And I was only a few hundred meters left away, walking past the hordes of zombies, because instead of attacking them, I just didn't have enough time to. I had to leave. I busted through the door, and luckily I still had some spare time. My person was still alive. Only 10 minutes has really gone by. So I woke this character up, and I went in my supply locker because I don't remember this if I put this in, but I made a bunch of cures. Four, my bad. I had 4 cures. I made a bunch, and I maxed out someone's chemistry skill doing it. And after that, I just popped one in and boom, I'm cured. But it doesn't really fix my fatigue, so yeah, I had to store my stuff and switch to another character. Since I'm not the brightest tool in the shed, ironically, I'm in a shed. I needed to quickly get some fuel because I forgot to bring fuel. But I ended up getting some car fuel and went on my merry way.
Yes, everybody out!
Bruh. Eventually I finally decided to do one of the main quests by, opening here. It was a plague zombie, but I quickly took care of it. It was pretty simple. And then I saw a corpse and I was like, ooh, that has stuff in it. But I just decided to check all the stuff, see if there's anything else helpful. I don't know if the guy was supposed to be dead. I don't know if I could have saved him, but to be honest, I don't care, to be honest, really. And there was like a note on like something, and it brought me to some place, which, this happened. And then I saw a juggernaut. I thought I could take him easily. But turns out, this is one of my most powerful weapons. This can, took one shot on a plague heart, and this beast just ate all my bullets. Also, it didn't help that there was a bunch of other blood zombies. So yeah, it was really fun. And dodging attacks didn't really work for me. As you can see, I was struggling a lot, especially with these zombies just being extremely annoying. And I couldn't go back up. So I knew I had to finish this fight. And I ended up just barely getting close. I sprinted just to get onto him just in time. And that was my first juggernaut kill. Also, I found another plague heart when I was arriving to the new destination, and I had some fuel. Nothing too crazy, just mild, not the best weapons. There was this dude at Mount Tanner, and you could make him turn hostile and kill him, or you could recruit him. I did eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I did choose to kill him, but I ended up not killing him. And I recruited him, and he literally just said nope, and he just ran away. I tried to kill him, but he didn't. And I didn't get the chance to run him over, so hope they do. Man, I regret it so much. So after I pulled up to the little area, I had to talk with someone, and I had to travel with someone named Mickey to get a Cleo core drop or whatever. And fun fact, I never ended up finishing this mission because I kind of got caught up in something else. Yeah, I got attacked by a bunch of zombies when I was trying to escape. But before I could escape, I realized I didn't get the core yet, so I knew I had to go back in. But after I managed to dodge a couple attacks and fail a special move on one of them, I eventually was able to get to the core. Also, I found this place, the Oasis, which is ironic for the name, which I obviously is intended. But I just got overrun with zombies. You don't see it in the footage because I cut it because it's boring, but there's no doubt I just got overrun and I left. Much better. I feel much better after destroying that plague heart. Well, as you can see, actually no, you really can't see. This is my final one. That was my final plague heart in this territory. Here's my little thing. All of it's fully done. Yes, it's not as expensive because it's on easy mode, but the reason why is because I don't think I would have enough time to do all 10. So the next one will be on 10. But just, yeah. And since I was near the exit, oh yeah, I did the thing as a joke, but then I just ran out of fuel. So that sucked so much. But eventually I found more fuel. Nah, fam, I actually just ended up making an outpost. It was hella cheap by like 3,500 something influence. I was good. So I just, you know, may or may not have just took a couple fuel from here. Yeah, I know I'm living the bougie life, but it's whatever. I needed that fuel. And since I was here, I was praying to the literal Lord that all my cars were parked in the right spots. Because I just wanted to get out of the map. I did not want to risk, I didn't want to go back. Also, I didn't record this, but I was trying to find this stupid Clio memory core. But ever since I went to the Oasis area, I guess I sidetracked to the other side of this map over in this area. And I can't find a way to go to the straight bottom and then turn up. I know I'm an idiot. So as you can see, I still tried to get to it, but I never could. Mr.Melatonin, why are you getting pounded to death by a juggernaut? Shut the fuck up, Zelly. I was not talking to you. Whew. She was mean. Anyways, I'm getting pounded by this 2-ton death machine. Pause. And I just decided, no, screw this. I'm not even trying. Mickey was running for his life. And I was like, oh crap. I didn't know. I didn't even care if he got in. I was just trying to get the heck out of here. But luckily he managed to get in, but at the cost of my mirror. And I was like, oh god, where's the exit? Where's the exit? I was trying to find a way where the exit was. So I just kept on running into it, scared for my life, until it died. But yeah, it did not work well. I managed to drive away though. Phew. Okay, so I was driving away as fast as I can, and also I don't know if you noticed this, but my HUD is gone. All my stuff, like my mini map, my inventory. I'm surprised I was even able to access the door. So yeah, that's the reason why I couldn't fight it, because I couldn't pull out my gun. I'm in a new map. I guess I didn't record the process because I'm an idiot. But right outside my base, I encountered a juggernaut, and I decided to door slam him, see if I could get some damage on him. Turns out, I guess he really is a beefy boy, because he didn't physically, but I just rammed into him and the door broke off immediately. But he also had a horde with him. But I managed to dodge the bit of the horde and take down multiple at once and juggernaut down. I wasn't in the mood to get rid of the rest, so I decided just to book it and just get out of here. Especially since my friend was joining. As I walked into a grocery store, my friend joined, and now everything was all cut off. But luckily, I managed to find a rucksack in my side of the locker. And finally, kind of finally, not too long ago, I destroyed a heart. But I'm destroying the first heart of this area, and it's right over here. My friend would help me defeat the hearts, but I think we all mutually agreed that since his his weapons are on a whole other avatar, a whole nother character, he can't really help me as good as I can just handle it myself. Yes, it's a little bit annoying I can't get a little bit of help, but if there's any zombie attacks, he'd, try to kill them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really else about this. But hey, he did end up helping me a little bit later. He helped me a lot. Yeah, my friend dared me to put this on, but hey, it's whatever. He was singing it a lot and he wanted it to be in the video. Day 9. I was extremely close to day 10, and I was far away enough from the bomb, but I still wanted to do some stuff. Because you never know if I continue this series. Again, if you made it this far, like and subscribe. I really need it. And maybe I'll make more Bone Lab content too. I don't know. I'm just switching to console content because I don't have a lot of VR games. It's more limited. And I have a lot of console games too because I had it before VR. So if you like this style of content or just 10-day content in general, maybe if it's a game that has shorter days, I'll do 100 days. Who knows? I might do Minecraft. Well, now I was going to go to that plug cart, and I was going to send my friend off to it, but, I'm gonna just, long story short, we finally learned the tethering system that, you know, he'll get teleported to me, which I didn't really like, so, yeah, he was brave enough to finally face off a plug cart on his own, but, you know, it was whatever. He still helped me later on, like I said. Eventually we stopped at another house that had a play cart in it. And instead of just going in quietly, I just wanted to find the play cart quick, deal with it. It didn't have that much good loot, just had some medicine and stuff, and an advanced kit. So eventually I just wanted to leave quick because, you know, I don't know. There's nothing really interesting in this house. Useless. So eventually John Hido pulled me over saying, dude, watch out, there's a screamer. So eventually I turned my headlights to this area and I was like, look, there's no screamer. What are you talking about? He's like, no, I swear, I really saw a screamer. And I said, dude, there's no screamer. And I looked at my mini-map. No screamer on my mini-map. I was really confused, but eventually I decided just to flip over my car and just leave. Yeah, he was right. I was driving and crashing into objects like a literal idiot. My friend said the unholy words that Nikocado Avocado was here. It was in a more of a terrified voice, so it was not a bloater or a fat zombie. I sprinted over because I knew it was a juggernaut, because that's the only other fat creature in this game that I'd be worried about. And I said, hey, honk your horn, try to attract it, because I didn't know exactly where it was. I was trying to, attract its attention with my loudest weapon I have on me. And, as you can see, he's honking with the sound waves coming from his car, but since it's muted, you don't hear it. But then I realized it was over there, so I just ended up taking my best shots at it and getting swarmed by a bunch of blood plague in the process. I came to my car defeated. I knew I could have taken him, I could have killed the juggernaut, but I just knew I was screwed. And speaking of screwed, I pressed the I'm stuck button because I couldn't get out, and I lost fuel. I didn't have any fuel left. My friend was like, dude, I have fuel. And I'm like, yeah, I know you have fuel. But then he's like, in the trunk. And I was like, oh my god, you have fuel in the trunk. I was getting attacked by zombies, so I didn't get the chance to pick it up. But I knew that there was fuel, meaning I could escape this prison of torture with zombies. After I was fueled to a little bit, enough at least, I was going to put my rucksacks away. I did my food first because that was the one I needed the most. But she made this like a little slimy thingy. And I think that meant that there's an infestation. Which is not true because there isn't an infestation. I don't know why. But luckily my community wasn't starving anymore. But that was the least of my worries now because all of our racket, gunshots, and eventually more zombies, multiple hordes came at our location trying to kill us. Which almost actually worked. This is probably this wasn't as bad as my other encounter where I had to run across the whole map, but this was definitely a second one so far. Anyways, Fat Boy decided to come to the club with my loud ass gunshots. I can't even speak. My health was extremely low and I was running away to safety. I was gonna try to hop up on the vehicle, but they just bum rushed me from the side. That's a behind, trust me. I know that. I shouldn't have said that. But eventually I managed to escape its grasp and then get soft locked, but also didn't give it the parts, so it's a win. I shot it down and put it out of its misery, but I still had a whole entire horde to take care of. You know, I thought I was safe. But But there's 1, 2, 3, and there's 3 hordes, screamer, 2 bloaters, and a juggernaut we haven't killed yet. But this zombie came up, but I told my friend not to attack him with a gun because that horde right there would be attracted, and then that horde would attack another horde, and so on and so forth. But then I saw a screamer over there, and I went to take him out. I can't follow my own damn rules, and I ended up shooting him, not realizing, and I forgot about the horde. Yeah, I know. It sounds like it's staged for content, but really, I'm that stupid. And then this horde was just all over my ass. It was just too close, too much for me to handle. So since he couldn't really help me because he didn't have any ammo for his gun, I had to do most of the heavy working. But he did put away all my rucksacks while I was fighting. So it's like he killed 2 birds with 1 stone with this one. Finally, for once, I was safe. But in the meantime, I just built the gym, upgraded some shelter beds, because I wanted to get more people in our community, because we need people, especially if I know I'm going to do the second video eventually. It all really depends on you guys and if you like the video, but I really want to continue this series. So if you can, do it, because I would love to do the Lethal series. I never played Lethal yet, because this is one of my first times ever playing State of Decay, but hopefully, and I mean hopefully, I'll live to tell the tale. I just don't want all my guys dying. Especially I don't want Jeff dying. He's my main bro. But that's pretty much it. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of this sector of the video, but I may or may not have basically destroyed my whole entire truck. When I was fighting the first Juggernaut, not the one in the van, but another one, right when I loaded in the game, it was right next to my base and I needed to kill him. I ended up ramming him in with my truck a couple of times, and I eventually backed away, but after I jumped out of the car, he was already mid-animation, and he destroyed my car, fire and everything. My car was about to blow up, and I knew that I couldn't save it, so I sprinted away, and yeah, everything inside was just, I don't know if there was anything inside, but it was probably totaled. Luckily, I had a toolkit on me, so I repaired it, but still pretty damaged, and I haven't been using it. I'm not gonna trash it because it's pretty helpful. It looks pretty helpful, but I don't know. Whew. I don't know if I'll ever use that again. Hope I do though. And also, I told him about the truck as well. Not the truck, but the bright blue one, and how I got it with the other nice guy. But then he asked a really important question that I actually kind of thought about for a sec. Why did I keep these vehicles? I kept the bright blue truck because I really liked the way it looked. And oh wait, yeah, a feral snuck up on my boy, but luckily I managed to give him a little, stabbing session. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I said I really liked it because, it reminded me of the dude who helped me at the beginning. And then he asked me why did I keep that total truck, the one that got destroyed by the Juggernaut. I said, well, sometimes I just like to remember how I got my ass handed to me by a Juggernaut. Because, it's a nice little remembrance on how I can't win in every single battle. Anyways, what's happening now is that instead of taking my van, I took this car because I had a decent amount of fuel. I just left the Juggernaut there to die, but sadly, John Hido, I meant John Hido. But, I was forced to take down this dude. And I did a lot of belly shots, but then I realized I was not going to do it. So I just kind of tried to get a headshot. And took a couple of bullets to the head, but whatever. He's dead now. And now we're on our way. Eventually, a zombie grabbed on, and I collapsed the car. And I think that was a little sign from God to say that John survived. Not even 20 seconds later, I kid you not, we see a screamer. And the worst thing about it is that my friend just stopped. He was like, what? Is that a screamer? And didn't run it over at the first second, which scared me. I was like, run it over. And then thankfully he listened. And for some reason he was honking his horn. I don't know why. When I was playing with him a while ago, I taught him how to honk the horn to attract zombies, so you could run them over and I'd kill them and stuff. And now he just does it whenever. Which I think it's funny, but sometimes it's not good, because sometimes you get a lot of zombies that you're not gonna want. Okay, we were at a food area that I marked on my map because I realized it's not too far from our location. Sadly, I had to bust down the door and just deal with the local inhabitants, which wasn't too hard. Yay! I ended up finding a really cool food rucksack, but then I accidentally shot the window, which I'm an idiot. I know you could break windows in this game, but I don't know what I was thinking. I literally had no idea. Also, I accidentally opened that door, and it turns out there's a whole entire horde that just funneled in from the end. I'm like, dude, we have another problem. It's like, what the heck? Dude, you only have like 2 zombies to kill. But then he saw all this. I managed to do a lot of headshots. But sadly, I don't have the aim lock ability like my Red Talon guy. But hey, at least I'm playing as this dude because I haven't played with him in a long time. Maybe I might regret it. So, it turns out my gunshots just lured in more zombies, so I was, not purposely, but accidentally, making ourselves into torture. And then our car was on fire. I remember this from my Juggernog thing, and that means it's gonna explode. He did not know it, but I think from visual representation, you could tell that that thing is about to blow, if you know what I mean. And then I told them, let's just run. I was like, but I'm fatigued. I just said, keep running. It doesn't matter. Because I knew that if we were still here not running, we'd be dead. If we just tried to get the car back, we'd be dead. I just know it. Because there's way too many zombies. There's hordes on hordes. Me and him can't catch a break. And it's not even on like a higher difficulty. It's on the regular difficulty. Like, man, I didn't understand it was that hard. But I saved his back a couple times because he was getting close to zombies and he couldn't run. Also maxed my shooting, which in this moment I didn't really care about because I was running for my life. Until I saw it. I saw a taxi cab. And then the little icon in the corner showed that it was drivable. So I was like, okay, everybody, let's get in. And there was a a horde right outside. So, but luckily, only some of them grabbed onto my car, but I managed to get the rest of them off. And we made it. I don't know if we lost any of our stuff because, we never really went to check on it again. It's just there now. I said I was gonna go back for it, but I think we all mutually agreed in our heads that we weren't gonna get it. And now my friend got a new car so he can follow me. And also he can do his own thing sometimes too. I found painkillers, weak painkillers, but there were painkillers. That meant that they can heal. And they healed me a little bit. There was one other one too, and I was going to give it to him, but a zombie came, but I shot it instead of not shooting it. And as you can see, all those other yellow things in the corner, that says that was a big mistake. I was like, okay, dude, just take the painkillers. I'll guard you. Just take them quick. I was like, okay. I did not do a really good job guarding him because I didn't know that there's others from his side. But eventually he got to his car and we drove away. Sadly, I had to kill all the zombies and that ended up making me drive far away. But luckily, he was like, no, stop. And after I stopped, he said, okay, look, I need to get in the car. And then he got in the car and then he teleported. Because it's smart. I used this technique a little bit to, escape trouble. But sadly, it could be a downfall, but at the same time, it could be a pretty good thing. But also, I think it's funny, this car just flinging. And since we were basically screwed and I have really OP weapons, I decided just to hop through a window and then just kill the heart. Anyways, finally we went home, but then I saw a bunch of zombies and I was like, no, we're not doing this again. I'm not in the mood for this. So I just killed the horde. I didn't get out. I did not care enough. And then there's a little bit more zombies, and at this point I just shot them all because, again, I could care less. I went through hell and back multiple times during these 10 minutes worth of footage. And his car that he got is frankly almost destroyed, but like all of his doors are gone, but he still helped me by running some of them little Zeds over. And now I officially have 9 food. I am low on it, but I am out of the danger zone. And hopefully I can have stable status by the end of the day, which I hope.
Yes, that's a screamer, all right.
A few years from now, I can see us maybe even...
So yeah, that was kind of a big brain move on me. I passed the door. I didn't even realize that the door was there. I aimed at it, but then I went up there for some reason. But luckily, my friend actually was smarter than me and managed to take out the screamer before it could scream for a 3rd time. Yeah, I didn't show it because it was muted at the time for my voice, but it screamed out for a 1st time. And it was when I was in my supply locker, which is the reason why I exited out of the supply locker. Anyways, I still need a Red Talon soldier to complete the challenge successfully, so I'll be back. Since I was extremely deep in this level, I had to find a way to not die, because that my whole entire group, I don't know how, but with me, I helped too a little bit. Somehow no one has died, no walls have broken, and also the technician hasn't taken a single hit. So all those achievements that the hacker gave me, I would have been able to get in this. So it was my canon event, you could say. It was crazy. I was seeing this extremely light version of the night. It's starting to become more day. I was extremely excited, but I couldn't go outside because if I got hit at least like once, I'd be dead. And then I'd ruin their challenge. 43 painfully long seconds. I saw the bright of day. I saw it. I was extremely excited because I never beaten Daybreak in like a while, or maybe ever. I don't remember. I think I played the Decay like once, but I don't remember beating it. But there was a lot of blood juggernauts. But it was all worth it to see that bright blue haze in the distance, the destroyed city in the background. This person was almost done. I had no bandages, no heals, but the last thing I could do was just shoot up in the air, like I really don't care. Look at it.
Seriously?
You did a great job back there.
Well, I'd say you folks have earned yourselves some hammock time.
Boom, chakalaka. Look at that. 0 deaths in the team. I was about to be 1, but none. And 22 blood jugs killed. That's just impressive. And I helped a lot doing that. Finally, I almost forgot about this. I recruited a Red Talon soldier. I was super happy that I finally got to do this before the day 10 mark. It's ordered, and that means everything is officially complete. I just have to go and collect my prize. And 1 second, I just want to say thank you all for just watching this series. Sometimes my voice might sound a little monotone. It's just because I stay up late nights doing videos for you guys. And on that mark, it's officially day 10.
Music bed.
This is day 8, but just ignore that. It's day 10, technically. I made it day 10. I'm just really glad about this series, and I really liked it. This is a really good series. I might make more 100-day, 10-day, whatever content. And I just also want you guys to know is that all those modded guns that I technically stole from that guy, I'm going to give to the community. If you guys comment your username so I know you're not a scammer, or just accept my community tabs, I'll give away 3 modded guns per person, so I have enough to give to basically a lot of people. I just really want to give to the community because I said it over before I knew that guy was a scammer. I always kind of thought he was, but I still told him that I want to give it to the community, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I want people to be happy. I want people to be good at the game, but it doesn't necessarily mean guns will give you a good game experience. It'll just make everything easier. So what I would recommend is just play the game. Try to get good at it. And if you really can't find ammo, especially if it's lethal difficulty, then I'll gladly give you another one. But just look. I just hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching this far. I'll let the rest of the clip play out. I drive home, and it's official. He's officially part of my group. I finally have an operator, completing the challenge completely. I didn't kill all the play cards in this area, but in the other areas I did. Well, here he is. And now, it's time for the nuke to go off. Say goodbye to everything else.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go ball.